Hey, and welcome back to a new podcast with myself and Fionn. Um, it's been a hectic week. Gyms are back in action as of tomorrow, and I bet everyone's nice and excited. If you're a pub goer, then you're probably not too excited and you're probably not that bothered. However, Fionn and I are absolutely buzzing to get back and lifting some weights, and my pipe cleaner arms are really feeling it. What are your thoughts, Fionn?
Um, well, over the lockdown, there's two ways you could look at it. Obviously, gyms are closed and stuff, and before it was predominantly weight training. But I think me and you have talked about it at the start of lockdown anyway. We didn't actually realize how hard you doing body weight training is, like, for time and, just literally just doing conditioning and stuff. So I am happy to be going back to lifting weights, but I know for a fact that from now on I'll be incorporating a lot of body weight training into my lifestyle, because I actually really enjoy it. I didn't realize I'd enjoy it as much. Yeah.
I think for me, it's made me realise that actually, there's a lot of excuses in the world, and a lot of people make excuses about they haven't got time to train, they haven't got equipment to train, and it boils down to basically it's another excuse to use. It's an excuse to say, oh, I can't train because I don't have dumbbells to train with. But actually, I wouldn't necessarily say doing a 20-minute HIIT workout will get you in absolutely shredded, amazing shape, but it's definitely better than doing nothing at all. So when the option got taken away from us, there was a lot of people that just sat down and thought, oh, well, I'll just sit Netflix on and eat chocolate and get fat. And there was half the camp that did that. And the other half thought, well, if we can't do this, then what we'll do is we'll do something different. And I've worked on mobility, which is massive. I've worked on making sure I've got my sleep, my morning routine, smashed all those factors. So it means that when I go back to the gym and lift weights, I'm going to be even better. But what about your morning routine?
Yeah. Well, it's going good at the moment. It did go out the window there. Obviously, we talked about it before my birthday, but back on track now. And what I've started doing is not every morning, but 4 times a week. I've set myself just a goal at the moment to try and, obviously, because we talk about sustainability quite a lot, I've added a sea swim in. I love going down in the morning, and um, it kind of sounds a little bit rude, but it's I feel like I'm doing better than other people, because no one
Yeah,
really does that, and it feels like you are like accomplishing something. Obviously, it's nice that I go down there, but the competitive side of me that comes out quite a lot. I am quite a competitive person, and if I know that I'm down there and and I'm the only one doing that, it makes me feel really good. So that's been part of my morning routine quite a lot recently. But like you're saying, I was listening on to a podcast the other day. I was walking a dog, and they were saying, like, obviously, because there's loads of different pillars to be health and wellness, and training's only one of them. So yeah, maybe the gym's been taken away, and maybe you're like 85% smashing it at the gym, but your nutrition was at 40 and your sleep was at like maybe 55. And like you just said, um, the other aspects you've been able to smash, and you've got them up to standard now. So now we are back to the gym. Actually, we are going to be able to perform a lot better because we've got other things in place.
definitely. And I mean, that's obviously a massive thing that myself and obviously yourself focus on. It's not just counting reps. It's not just lifting weight, which that's what a lot of trainers focus on. And that's great if that's like your focus. But for us, it's kind of like, the pillars of health and wellness. And actually you could be as fit as you wanted to be. You could run marathons, you could deadlift, you could deadlift 200 kilos and whatever you deadlift, whatever. But that's just one aspect of it. If your management's crap, if your sleep's not great, if you've got no purpose in your life, if your work's not great, you don't see any like vision of where you want to be, you don't enjoy your job, really you're building the foundations on sand, and we like to build it on cement and rocks.
Good analogy. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's massive. And actually, we've realised that for us, like, our training ethos is much more than just rep counters. We're not rep counters. And we showed, obviously, during this COVID period, that we're pioneers in the way of fitness and health and nutrition, in the fact of we're getting people in great results with no equipment at all, just using visual, social media. So it just goes to show that when we go back to the gym, we're going to have even more skills to give clients, customers, and future customers.
Yeah.
But that's enough about us blowing our own trumpet. There you go. let's give you some content. So what we want to talk about today is Fionn actually said about this topic, so I'm going to let him kind of like run with it. and rather than me just taking over like normal. But doing what you love is a massive, massive factor. And I've noticed that over the COVID period, in the fact that actually when I look at the things I enjoy the most and I think about what my perfect day would be, it would actually be walking the dogs with Bex and going for lunch, which basically I could have done the whole way through COVID. The only thing I couldn't do was obviously go for lunch, but we've been cooking a lot more. But Fionn, over to you. What do you think?
Well, it's such a sparse subject, but obviously doing what you love is so important because, like anything, if you don't find enjoyment, if you don't find fulfillment in what you are doing, then there's next to no point in doing it, because harsh reality is, we're only here once, and we're only on this planet for a set amount of years. So if you're in a 9-to-5 job and you don't like it, or you are running, like for me, this is a perfect example. I started running for 9, I think was it 9 or 10, maybe 11 days or something every morning, really consistently. And I just didn't enjoy it. I didn't. And I thought, I'll get up and I'll do a 20-minute jog every day. I was doing about 4 to 5K around the field behind my house. I did 2 laps for about 10 days. And I was just like, you know what, it's not for me. And if I were to carry on with that, yeah, I would probably improve my running time, and I would get fitter, and I would get healthier, and all these kind of things, and I would build a habit, but I didn't enjoy it. So what was the point? My heart wasn't in it. I didn't love it. So I'm yet to find something else that I can incorporate. And at the moment, for me, that's the sea swims. I really love doing that. And today it's just given me a boost. Mental clarity throughout the day. I feel like I've achieved something so massive that anything that happens to me now throughout the day is going to seem like a little task, because jumping in the sea, like you used to do cold showers, didn't you?
Yeah, I still do them every day. Yeah.
Still do them every day. Exactly. But was that not the worst thought in the world when you first started doing it, like jumping into the shower and it's freezing?
Do you know, I resonate with what you said earlier. The fact of other people don't do it, that's
yeah.
Do it. And people go like, why do you get up and do headspace? Why do you get up and do like stretching? Why do you do that? Because I can tick off like 6 things I've done in the morning more than most people do. They just get up and have a coffee. And then that makes me feel instantly better, knowing that I've done 6 things more than what most people do. So there is a little bit of that kind of feeling of doing something other people don't do, which makes you feel better, which then makes me more productive for the rest of the day. And we got to look at it basically. And I don't mind saying it. I mean, we know our stuff about health and fitness. And, I spend a lot of time researching. I mean, yourself, I know you're just new into the industry, but you've like literally learned more in a year than what it took me to learn in like, say, 6 years. So you fast tracked that pace. And what we're noticing is if you look after yourself and you do the things, it makes the rest of the day so much better. And I know how good it feels to feel good.
Yeah.
So I never want to be down here because I know how bloody good it feels to be up there. So if that means me doing cold showers every single day for the rest of my life, hey, I'll do it.
Yeah. And that's it. That going back to like where it originated, although it seems a little bit vague, do you love feeling like that?
Yeah.
Like, would you say exactly? There you go. So do the things that you love. It's so essential, because you're saying it gives you a massive boost. You feel better throughout the day. You've got your stuff done. So that's one of the important things. If you feel good personally, then I don't know why anyone wouldn't want to do that. Like, I just don't understand. Yeah.
It's like a lot of people go like, oh, well, so why do you do a cold shower? And I used to have to find research and like say, oh, there was a study where 100 people had cold showers and it improved their mood by X, Y, and Z. And the other people end up suffering with depression, etc. But then I realized, I listened to an audiobook and the bloke said, basically, if you feel better from doing something and it hasn't affected anyone else, obviously you can't just do what you like all the time. But if you feel better from doing something, you don't need to justify it. You just need to say, I do cold showers every single morning because when I come out, I feel bloody alive. Done. Tick box.
Yeah.
It is really that simple. And other people go, you're mad having a cold shower. And I'm not telling people to have cold showers. And you're not telling people to sea swim. But when people come to us and go, I want to feel happier. I want to feel healthier. I want to get in great shape. Then that's our blueprint. This is what we do. I do cold showers. You do sea swims,
Yeah. And that's just a personal experience at the end of the day. I mean,
yeah,
it might not be for everyone. I mean, anyone who's listening right now, you might think, you sound crazy for doing a cold shower, like you just said, or you sound crazy for doing a sea swim. But actually, until you've tried it, you don't know how that's going to make you feel. The initial thought, and actually, it's a bit of a, I can't really explain it. It's a bit of a weird one, because if in your head, if you think, oh, that's going to be so cold, that's going to be horrible, you know, jumping into the sea or having a cold shower. Actually, if you do that, the way that it makes you feel good is by overcoming what you thought would be horrible, because you've challenged yourself and you've overcome that, and that's where that feeling comes from. And that's what I really like, because it's just the thought of, you know, I mean, for you like it because no one else is doing it, and that's the same as me. But I mean, you've probably built up a tolerance to the cold water, but I haven't yet. So it's still a huge challenge for me. And I know it probably is for you, but the cold water is just terrible. But once you get out, once you walk back onto the beach, you're drying yourself off. I stand there shouting and screaming, like, because no one else is on the beach, and I'm just like ecstatic. It just makes you feel amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I read Ross Edgley. If you've never read Ross Edgley's book, Art of Resilience, it was a game changer for me. And basically, whenever I thought I was working hard, or whenever I thought that I was tired, and you know, whatever I'd done training plan wise, it's made me realise that actually that bloke's done 1,000 times harder than what I ever will do in my life. So I used to moan about going to the gym, and this is what comes down to doing what you love. That's why we're going to talk about it. And I used to go, oh God, got to do squats today, or I've got to go to the gym. But the gym is your time, and that's your time to do your own thing and have some time to yourself and get in that zone where you can work out and listen to your own music and really chill out. And I don't think people appreciate it. People think it's a chore, but you're looking at it the wrong way. You've got to look at it in the way of, this is an hour to yourself where you can get in your own mindset. You know, you've had a stressful day at work, you take your anger out on the weights or the punch bag, you know, go for a nice run. But if you're hating what you do, you're doing the wrong thing. And it's like with you, Fionn, you said about running.
Yeah.
You tried running, you gave it a go, fair play. Hats off to you. You didn't enjoy it. Next thing, cycling. Try that. You didn't enjoy cycling. Why not go and do karate? Why not go do jiu-jitsu? Why not go to the gym, lift weights? Go to an aerobics class? You know, we're not saying that you have to go and do the gym. What we're saying is pick something you enjoy doing, and then you're more likely to do it. However, weight-based training complements everything you do. If you run, it makes you injury prevention, also gives you better muscular endurance, means you can run better and more efficiently. If you do any martial arts, again, it makes you stronger, protects you from injury. So you look at all those things, actually, weights should be involved in every single person's life. And it's about picking the right trainer and the plan to suit you. You got it. See, I mean, it's about though, isn't it? Like, I mean, let's not like sugarcoat it. It's kind of, it's about saying to people, we know that by doing weight-based training, you're going to feel healthier and happier. You know, you come out of the gym, you get that instant feeling, the endorphins are rushing and you feel great about it. But if you've got the mindset of, I hate going to the gym, of course you're going to hate going to the gym. If I said I hate going to the pub and I go to the pub, I'm probably not going to like going to the pub. You need to learn to love it.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. And probably the reason why you don't love it at the moment is, one, maybe you're not seeing results because results are addictive, i.e. the sea swims, instant result. You feel great straight away. But with the gym, it's not instant. The gym is basically, you need to realize you've got to put in 6 to 8 to 12 weeks of hard work to see the result.
Yeah.
And that's the thing you've got to understand. So you've got to understand the process and enjoy the process. Because once you get the process, it becomes easy. And I would say, I'm probably, you know, my life, probably the best shape I've ever been in, but I'm really at like a nice relaxed pace.
Yeah.
You know, I love going to the gym. I train hard, not stupidly hard. I eat well. I had 3-4 days off, you know.
Yeah.
I didn't think I had steps. Sleep was rubbish. I ate what I wanted. I ate the beige diet. I ate burger and chips and pizza and everything. I've come back and I don't look any different. But it's, you need to get to that level before you can start to enjoy yourself. That's what I think.
Well, that same podcast that I listen to quite a lot is they a lot of the time they mention like you've got to fall in love with the process.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you know, you may have someone on your phone, you know, on social media that you're striving to look like, or someone in a magazine, or someone you saw down the beach the other day and they had this perfect body, and that's your goal. But actually, once you get there, you're probably not going to like it then. You're probably going to want, you know, maybe less body fat percentage or bigger arms, or, you know, oh, I don't like my shoulders in this photo, or whatever it is. So actually, yeah, good, set yourself some goals, because without goals, you know, you're not going to progress. But what really people should, you know, savor is that process of getting there, putting in the hard work, waking up early, you know, taking the dog out for a walk, or doing a sea swim, or reading a book outside, getting some sunlight exposure, whatever it is, eating well, training 3-4 times a week consistently, doing your running, whatever it is. You've got to fall in love with doing all of that to get to that goal, because if you don't, you're just going to make it hell for yourself and you just give up within the first week. It's the harsh reality. So yeah,
Mate, I agree with you completely. I mean, the three fundamentals are getting in shape, right? Activity, you get your steps in, right? You eat less than what you currently do, and you exercise, right? The three fundamentals, and that is the three things you need to know. Everyone knows it, right? Yet 60% of the population, maybe 70% of the population, don't ever apply those three things.
yeah,
But they look for a secret diet, a secret training plan, method. But the three fundamentals are the most important thing. But if you know that walking and doing steps every single day is so fundamentally important, and you hate walking, you say you've got no time, then get up half an hour earlier and get that half an hour in before work. You know, when you, like, for example, drive to work, do you park further away? When you're at the Morrison supermarket or any other competitive supermarket, it could be anyone, right? Do you park further away, or do you park right up at the nearest door? You know, do you walk to the shops? Do you walk to town? You know, could you go and meet your friend on a Saturday and go for a walk rather than sitting in the pub? There's so many things you could do. We are on social media all the time, yet we sit at home doing it on the sofa when we could be out walking, listening to a podcast and benefiting our mind as well as our body.
that's
You
the
know,
thing. Yeah, it's like I went for a bit of a rough patch there. I don't know if anyone listening, whether you're young or old, but obviously there's an app called Snapchat. You know that, Luke.
yeah,
And, I went for a bit of a rough patch when we started the lockdown, and it was like maybe about a week or 2 weeks, and I didn't really do much. I was kind of just sitting on the sofa, sitting in my bed, and it was just like message after message, pointless, looking at like shark attack videos or something like that on YouTube in my bed, and it was like, for what reason? Why am I doing this?
yeah.
And it's because it's there. So if you do like shark attack videos, why don't you just stick your headphones in and go walk the dog while watching it? But rewinding back a little bit, when you were saying about you know, going out and, you know, say I'm doing a walk and listening to a podcast, that's, if you break them two apart, someone might like gain knowledge, but they might not like walking. So it's that Atomic Habit books talks about is
Stack
habit
it.
stacking, isn't it? You
Yeah,
got to
stack
put
them
them
together.
together. It's like a sandwich, yeah. So like, if you know, for me when I was running, because I know I didn't like running, but I would on SoundCloud, there's Discover Weekly, they've got it on Spotify as well. But I used to just press play, and if I found a new tune while I was running, I'd quickly stop, have a breather, add it to my playlist, and start again, kind of thing. And that was me habit stacking, because I knew I didn't like running, but I love my music and I love finding new tunes. So you combine the two together, and it makes it more effective. And that's what, well, I didn't ever really like running, but I love my music, so that's what made me kind of do it, kind of
Yeah,
thing. So
definitely.
you got to find the enjoyment in it, yeah.
It's like a foam rolling for me, right? I know I need to foam roll. I get stiff, right? And my mobility, I neglected for years and years and years. So I foam roll for half an hour every single day. Now, I don't want to sit in another room and foam roll, but me and Bex will sit and watch a TV program and I'll foam roll for half an hour of it. I'll just sit in front of the TV and foam roll. I've killed two things because I've spent time with Bex, watched the program on a watch, and I've also foam rolled.
Three things.
Three things, yeah.
Yeah.
So I've done like two things I love and one thing I need to do. It's the same with walking. It's like call a friend whilst you're walking. It
Yeah.
really isn't as hard as what people make out to be. And I think the biggest problem I think is that you look at what that person is doing here and you're here, but you forget that that person went through the same process as you. And actually what you do is you stack habits and you gradually build on habits. And this is my level I'm happy with here, but I'm looking at people in front of me, up above me, and I'm thinking, well, I want to be there. But I need to understand, again, it's the process, fall in love with the process. You know, we want our business to be even better than what it is. And I guarantee you, we will do one podcast a week for a year. We'll do 52 podcasts. You know, most people will do podcasts and they'll give up after 5 podcasts or 10 podcasts because they've just run out of things to talk about or they've got no oomph. But the fact is, you've got to be consistent and you've got to keep plugging away. So make or find out ways of doing what you like doing with things you maybe don't like doing and combine those together. And that makes a little and perfect recipe. Because now I sometimes like going walking and not taking my phone with me and having that kind of quiet time. And that's really nice. But beforehand, I had to have my phone with me. And I've got to a point now where I couldn't imagine a day goes by that I didn't do 10,000 steps. That doesn't exist in my life. What's it for you?
So yeah, same here. If because there has been a couple of days. I mean, we all have days, where we're maybe doing some admin work or we just cannot be bothered to get up and do anything. You're sitting at home. Maybe you have been doing work, maybe you haven't, and you haven't got them in. But again, the competitive side comes out to me. If I don't get them in, I feel like someone else is beating me to where I want to be. I mean, it correlates like in a gym or something. You shouldn't look at other people and say, "Oh, he's lifting more than me." Everyone says that. I mean, it's two sides of the way. It's the way you interpret it. But if you look at someone and they're lifting more than you, some people would go, "Oh, there's no point. I might as well just give up because I'll never get that strong. I'll never get that big." But actually, you should flip it on its head and say, he is lifting more than me. I'm not going to get egotistical, but that gives me a bit of an oomph, a bit of a challenge, because I want to get to that stage at some point. So it makes you work harder. And same with the steps. Like you're saying, there's not a day goes by without 10,000. It's the same with me. If I'm sitting at home, I just start itching if I haven't got it. If you've got the watch on and you see it's below 10 and it's like, nah, it doesn't feel good.
It's being part of a crew, isn't it? It's tick boxes. And like we said about tick boxes in the morning, and like, you got to get those tick boxes in. And my day is a million times better by doing the tick boxes. So when people say, are you always as happy? Is it pretend happiness? Do you really enjoy those things you do? I went out on a 2-day bender with my mates the weekend. There's 5 of us. I basically probably got 8 hours sleep over the 2 days, and I drunk far too much, ate rubbish food, didn't do a morning routine. I probably got steps in, and I felt like a bag of potatoes. And I would far outweigh feeling good all the time than just initial like 6 hours of feeling good or 5 hours of feeling better than good, just having a few beers with your mates, to then feel so terrible the next few days. And that's just the way I am. And sometimes some people say, well, I don't agree with that. I love the weekend. And yeah, you can have it, but it's in moderation. If you want to keep going out, Friday, Saturday night, then sitting in bed all day Sunday to then repeat that is great. But if you really ask yourself deep down and you want to feel happier, healthier, and get in great shape, you'll be a hamster on a wheel doing that all the time. You need to actually, take control of your life and think, what can I do, and put steps in place to actually be happy all the time, not just happiness from drinking alcohol.
It goes back to the tick boxes that you were saying. For me, I recently, about a month ago, I ordered a whiteboard, and it took like 3 weeks to come, which was a bit annoying, but got it literally just up there. And you're saying about tick boxes, I've got just a list at the top right. It says fundamentals. So for me, it's at least 15,000 steps a day. At least, that's minimum. 2 liters of water. I have to read a chapter of a book. I have to have a sea swim and train 4 times a week, and 100 grams of protein in. Bam. You're talking about the book.
But yeah. Like the books I'll tell you what, the book is massive. Like if I could reverse what I did, I could hit rewind, what I've paid on courses. I mean, I must have spent thousands on courses. I've probably invested in myself at least minimum 10 grand on course, right? And the amount I've got from like £15 books is ridiculous. I probably spent about £200 on books, 10 books maybe. And from what I've got from 10 books is just insane. So when people keep asking for, I know it's about doing what you love, but when people ask what the secret is, there isn't a secret. The secret is consistency and hard work. And doing that day in, day out will get the results. And the book I read, The Slight Edge, explains it all. Yeah. And it's basically doing those things day in, day out. 10,000 steps, 7 hours of sleep, 2 liters of water, hitting your protein goal, being in a slight calorie deficit every single day, bang. And you will get those weekends where you fall off the wagon. I had them, and actually it resets me, and I've come back, more buzzed up, because I've actually realised how nice it is to feel good, that I would never want to feel like that all the time.
Yeah.
So I think a big thing with everyone, if you are struggling and you're just saying, you know, you don't like going to the gym, you don't like doing that, it's more of a mindset thing. And actually go to the gym with a friend, or a big plug here, get a trainer. Fionn, for example, Mel did an amazing post about you yesterday saying that the best thing she did was invest in a trainer. And we're not just saying it, it's not a shameless plug. We're bloody good. And the fact is, if you do want to get in shape, then it's time to invest in yourself. You know,
Yeah.
the time to either spend 50 quid going down the pub, or actually spend £50 investing in yourself to become a happier, healthier and fitter person.
Yeah.
It's your choice at the end of the day. But what we are saying is we can help you and fast track you to that level. And actually, if you've done the diets and you've done this and that, we know what works. So we can actually get you there far quicker. And that's the big thing.
That's it. Massively. I think, you know, some people can do it on their own back, and that's like me and you. I'm obviously not a boaster or anything like that. I'm not trying to say we're better than anyone, but that's just the way it is. We have the motivation. Obviously, like you're saying, we fall off the wagon and stuff, and some other people might be like that. But at the end of the day, if you are someone who can't do it, don't feel lesser, or don't feel embarrassed, or don't feel bad about asking for help, because actually one of the best things that you can do is ask for help if you're in a bit of a bad place, or if you just need a bit of a, you know, kick up the ass, to say the least. It's like you say, invest in yourself. That's massive.
What have I done? What have I done this month? What I invest in?
What did you invest in? You did that. You did a course. When was it? Last weekend, was it?
Last weekend, I did a whole day's Phil Graham.
Phil Graham, that's it.
Yeah, did a whole day's
Yeah.
course, followed by like a year's mentorship. So I'm investing in myself because I know how important it is, because I know how important it is to have a trainer, to accountability and get results. So I've then put myself accountable to improving our business and making it better. It's a no-brainer, you know. It's the healthier you are, the happier you are, the more productive you're going to be at work, the better you're going to be with your family, with your friends, with your community. Your all-round life is going to be better. So it's a massive thing. And if you say, I don't like this, I don't like that, try a variation of different things. You know, try a bit of yoga, try some Pilates, you know, try Zumba or a dance class if you're a female or male. Sorry, not stereotyping. You know, you could be anything. It could be anything. Or go to the gym, but go to the gym with a friend. Or if you don't want to go to the gym with a friend, come get a trainer.
Come together.
Yeah, stack them together.
Yeah.
Have fun with your friends at the gym rather than having fun with your friends at the pub, and literally waking up every Sunday morning with a severe hangover and thinking, why do I do this to myself? All right. It's not, we're not judging people. I've been there many a times, and I was there at the weekend, you know, but it's just about understanding that's to do it now and again. And the majority of the time you want to be looking after your health, especially with this uncertain period going over. Mental health and physical health has to be an absolute top priority. You know, you can't, I'm drunk.
It's like,
yeah.
It's a point, because you're saying about, you know, you said about moderation earlier, but obviously we're not shaming anyone in, like you say, going out on the weekend, because we all do it. I do it probably a bit more than I should. Not gonna lie, that's absolutely fine. I'm working on that at the moment. But it's like well, they used to install on us in school everything in moderation. So, you know, you eat your good foods, and then it's okay to have a bit of bad food now and then. But people can make that correlation with food, and they understand that, but they can't make the correlation with you know, feeling really good throughout the week, and, you know, maybe having a few weekends off, and then a weekend, you know, you go heavy, you go out with your mates, you enjoy yourself, maybe get the bad sleep, the bad food, all that kind of stuff, fall out of the routine. It's the same principle, you know.
Yeah.
You have the really good food, and then you have maybe the 80-20% rule. So, you know, 3 weekends of the month, you have a weekend off.
Definitely.
You know, chill out, whatever it is, and then one weekend you go out to the pub for a late night with your friends, whatever it is. It's all in moderation. I really want to zone in on that, because that's what people need to get their heads around. You know, moderation is massive.
And it's another thing is, like, people enjoy a glass of wine, and we're not hating on that at all. We can fit that with your lifestyle. So
Yeah.
we know we can make that fit and make it work. It might mean that understand a few factors of being a bit stricter in different areas, but we can definitely fit that in. But
Yeah.
it's a glass of wine for you to wind down, and maybe we need to work on another aspect of you winding down for your day. So does that mean just literally going for a nice walk, going for a sea swim? You see what I mean? Going to the gym. You know, at the moment, the wine is what chills you out, but let's find something that's
Yeah.
actually a nicer way of winding down after a hard day. Do you go on the punch bag for 20 minutes? You know, do you go for a run, cycle? You know, finding something that allows you just to vent a little bit rather than just grabbing a bottle of wine and drinking it on a Friday night.
Yeah.
It's looking at other ways of kind of just chilling down and winding down and getting out that work zone. And that's what all of it is. It's pent up stress. And it's just kind of said to yourself, right, rather than this is my old way of doing it, I'm now going to do the new version.
Yeah, massively. It's just converting maybe a bad. I hate the word good and bad. It's horrible because it feels like you're like putting people down. But maybe a glass of wine here and there is okay. It's good.
Yeah.
But if it's like every night, a glass of, even if it's not a bottle, a glass every night, that's potentially a bad habit. Well, we'll say it. It's a bad habit.
Yeah.
A glass of wine every night is a bad habit. Like having a couple of beers or, you know, whatever it is, having something as soon as you get in from work to chill you out. Try and convert that slowly. Don't do it too quick. Do it very slowly. Convert into it. You know, maybe have a glass of wine every single night of the week to chill you out. So maybe 2 nights of the week you go out for a walk instead of your glass of wine.
Yeah.
And then you start to realize, oh, outdoor exposure, you feel good, you're getting a nice clean air. You can gather your thoughts. Don't put any music in, just gather your thoughts, whatever it is. Then you say, oh, you know, I really like this, 3 nights a week, and soon enough it will come. Don't rush it, but soon enough it will come. That bad habit will just naturally fade out of your life, and you wouldn't even notice it. You wouldn't even realize. And then that also brings a good feeling as well, because it's not just a good feeling of doing the good thing. Like, say for example, we're doing a glass of wine and a walk. 2 nights, you're going out for a walk. 5 nights, you're having a glass of wine. It slowly converts. So you have the good feeling of walking, but you also then get the added bonus of saying, oh, you know, look, I haven't had a glass of wine for a week. Like I used to have one every night kind of thing. So it's 2 positives that come into one. So yeah, just slowly let it happen, but just introducing new good habits into your life. Nice and easy.
And just started off small, but the thing is, it's slight edges, isn't it? It's going to compound over time. And if people are trying to lose body fat and trying to get in shape, cutting out 2 glasses of wine a week won't have instant effects. That's a 400 calories, just a bit less than that. So just say it's 400 calories. But over a month, that's 400 calories a week. Over a month, that's 1,600 a month. So over a year, that's like, what's that, 16,000, 19,000, just say 20,000 calories.
Yeah.
That's 20,000 calories. Well, we know it's 3,500 calories burns a pound of fat, right? So what's that? 3.5, 7,
5 pounds.
14, £5, just over £5. So in a year of just cutting out 2 glasses of wine a week, you've lost 5 pounds of body fat. You cut out 4 glasses of wine, that's 10 pounds of body fat. So by the time you've done that and you've increased your steps by, say, 2,000 steps every single day, that's a stone you've lost in body fat. And all you've done is cut out 3 to 4 glasses of wine and done an extra couple of thousand steps. But you're not going to get that instantly. Remember that. It's not going to come at you overnight, and nothing does. But the whole fact is, something that's easy to do is also easy not to do. So it's easy not to drink the glass of wine tonight, but it's also easy to drink it as well. So you've got to actually look at the long-term benefits as opposed to the short-term benefits. And that's the secret sauce.
Well, directly correlating to that, right? If you're saying 4 glasses of wine, eradicate that from your lifestyle. That was that 10 pounds of fat, did you say? Yeah.
Yeah, but roughly, just coming like
roughly, around that. Yeah. Depending on if it's your height, your weight, and how much you're moving and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But 4 glasses a night. So that's simple.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a wine drinker myself, but you usually get 3 tall glasses of wine out of a bottle, right? 3 tall glasses. So you can have 1 tall glass on Friday, 1 tall glass on Saturday, and 1 tall glass on Sunday.
Yeah.
Have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday off.
Yeah.
Which are all work nights. I know Sunday's a work night, but everyone likes to wind down on a Sunday. So that's free. So if you're taking 4 out, that's easy. You know, it's just the weekdays that you need to cut out, kind of thing.
Yeah. And that's what I think. It's so simple, but the thing is, people want it now. They want it now. They're like, I want it, want it, want it. And the fact is, we're just starting these podcasts now, right? We're starting all this, content, and this stuff isn't going to pay off now. It's going to pay off 2-3 years down the line. That's the secret, right? The fact is, the people that do it the longest always end up getting the best benefits.
Yeah.
You tweak, you adapt, you get better. And the fact is that 95% of these people listening to this podcast, it makes sense. People understand it. They get it, right? But they won't do it. 5% will. That's the thing. Be the 5%.
Be the 5%. I heard you say that on a talking like the other day, before you went away,
Be the 5%. Be the 5% that do the things day in, day out, and realize that actually it's understanding that you will get there, but it's going to be a journey and it will take time. But you'll look back and think, bloody hell, I feel good now. And once you're at that level, you can then keep tweaking. It gets easier and easier and easier. Trust me, the mountain never stops, but it gets easier to climb it.
That's it, exactly. The mountain never stops. That's what I was saying earlier about your goals. You may have this crazy goal of looking like someone, but actually, the amount of time it's gonna take you to get there, that's the good bit. But once you get there, the mountain never stops. So you're gonna want to go higher. There's more places to go. Yeah.
Hence why lockdown, COVID, people should have been adapting, mobility, aerobic fitness, your mindset, right? Get that right. Because then when they go back in the gym and the strength for the weight side comes to it, bang, you'll be lifting more weight. You'll be more mobile, be less risk of injury. You would have fixed all your mobility and all your gait problems. Do you see what I mean? You'll be able to run better, run more efficiently. Then when you're back in the gym, boom. But if you've just sat down and watched Netflix and chilled 14, 16 weeks, then you've done no work. That's the thing. It's pivoting, moving on. And actually, once this is right, everything else is easy. What can we say?
Hey,
what more can we say?
Not a lot, mate.
Yeah.
Not a lot.
Hey, we're gonna
no more podcasts. We're finished. Last podcast, guys. Finished. We're done. We just wrapped it all up.
It's finished. Wrapped up that because we just give you the answer. That's the thing. If you do, gym's opening tomorrow. Literally tomorrow. If you decide you want a game plan, you want to really fire yourself up, 2020 is not over, okay? If you want to improve your life, you want to become happier, healthier, and get in great shape, reach out, send us a message. You've got us all the socials, Fionn and myself. It's nice and simple. It really is that easy. If you're genuinely serious about getting in shape and being a happier, healthier person, reach out to us and we'll have a chat. We'll see if we're the right fit for you and you're the right fit for us. It's got to be a game plan where we work together. And that's the thing. And that's what we've understood. So that for me is my finisher. Have you got a finisher? Have you got an end move, an elbow drop or like?
End move. Well, no, lost for words. I'm done. Yeah. I've got it all off my chest.
Yeah.
No, just try and take some of the things on board, like we were saying. Just making the slow. The main thing that resonated with me was just take it nice and easy. Take it slow. It's enjoy the process. That's bulletproofed in my mind. That's actually up on my board as well. I've got a couple of quotes flying around on the board. Another one is it says I have to, and I've scored the have to out, and then it's underneath it says I get to. So instead of thinking, I have to go to the gym tonight, I've got to train. One of them is, I earn the money to get a membership, and there's a gym 5 minutes down the road, so I get to go to the gym. Whereas someone less fortunate to me might not get to go to the gym. Or I've got a car, I get to go and buy some good nutritious foods. Not I have to go to the shop and buy tonight's meal kind of thing. And that's massive for me. That's changed my mindset over the past couple of days. Yeah, massively.
That's what we're going to install on this. You've got to do a different quote every single week.
Oh.
Yeah. I
really?
get to, I think absolute smasher, and wrap it up there because that finishes rather than I have to, I get to go to the gym tomorrow. That's massive, right? I get to go for sea swims. I get to go for runs. Stop moaning and groaning, right? You get to do a lot of things that other people don't get to do. So if you're moaning about your life, everyone's in probably a worse situation. There's always someone worse off. Remember that massively, all right? Yeah. So appreciate what you got, appreciate the time you've got. And like Fionn said, I get to, and apply that to every single thing that maybe you were kind of moaning about and you realise actually we have a bloody good life.
Yeah, spot on.
So on that note, we're We're out of there. Hey, see you all soon. Let's see you next week. All right. See
Go
you
on.
soon. See you, Fionn, bud.
Bye, mate.